What is going on, guys? MitchCactus here, coming back with another pretty big Forza Horizon 5 video that a lot of you have recently been asking for, and it's a massive money glitch and it works completely AFK. Now of course I'll be getting into this video and showing you the best way to go in and use this, since one that I haven't covered in quite a while now and pretty much no one has on YouTube as of recent. And if you guys want to stay up to date with any further updates, if this gets patched, I'll be the first to make a new video on it. Be sure to go and like and subscribe, it greatly helps the channel a lot more than you guys might think, as we're nearly at 100,000 subscribers thanks to all the support over the past couple years. But guys, now I'll put it all to the side and get started with the video and get started with the glitch. Now of course the first thing I need to discuss is what cars to use, what tunes to use, and what car mastery perks you'll need, as of course, as I'm sure if you guys have done a glitch in the past, you know that car mastery perks and all the things I just said are all pretty essential. So there are three main cars you guys can pick from. Now of course, one being the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento Forza Edition, a car that's been used and pretty much one of the most prime cars to use for glitches since Forza Horizon 5's release. You can also use the Pagani Huayra BC Forza Edition, or you can go for the Mercedes AMG CLK GTR Forza Edition. Now the best for this glitch isn't actually the Sesto, it's actually the Pagani Huayra BC Forza Edition. Now of course I'll have a tune for both the Sesto and the Huayra in the description and the pinned comment below, so you guys can use whichever one you want, but the Pagani does have a slight edge, but if you don't have the Pagani, the Sesto is definitely a good alternative. Now of course guys, in terms of the car mastery perks, I'll go ahead and show you all the most essential perks you'll need to go ahead and unlock. I do of course recommend you guys get the wheel spin and the super wheel spins because they're good value and you can get some credits and super wheel spins and rare cars, etc. In terms of getting this XP perk, that definitely will help. Of course 15% extra XP is also useful, but the more essential ones are actually related to getting skill points and of course the skill chain ending, and of course the speed skill scores. These are pretty much all the essential perks. You can get XP if you want, really not going to be that good of a use of skill points, and the super wheel spin of course because you can. And you guys can see I've got 10,000 super wheel spins, hundreds of thousands of wheel spins because I'm on a modded account from MitchCactus.co, 900 million credits, up to 1 million super wheel spins available in our packs. They'll be linked in the description and the pinned comment. Feel free to go and check it out. We can mod your personal account, send you a new pre-made account, or to sell you an individual credit pack. It's all up to you guys. But now we're getting onto the event you want to use. Like I said, that tune will be in the pinned comment, but now in terms of the event. So you guys basically want to go and head to the creative hub, the event lab, event blueprints, and then you basically want to search using this share code that'll also be in the pinned comment and the description. This will basically search specifically for this one event. And of course, like I said, this is an AFK event. You guys can do it for however short or long you want. You can do 1 lap, you can do 100, pretty much keeps on going until you press the handbrake. And I'll get into a little bit of detail of that as we go on with the glitch. And now that we're in the chosen car, we have the tune, we have the car mastery perks upgraded. Now it's time for the difficulty settings. So follow exactly what I do. Pretty much, to put it simply, you want to get unbeatable just to get a slight increase in credits, braking assisted, steering, auto steering, traction, stability on, shifting, of course automatic. The driving line, the rest don't matter so much, so I'm just going to go ahead and save and continue and get started with the race. So now that's an AFK setup, you can pretty much just hold down your throttle, whether it's a W key on keyboard or just holding down accelerator on console. Whether you do this physically or you have something like a coin on your keyboard or a rubber band attached around your accelerator key on your actual console controller, that'll keep essentially you guys driving forward and getting this race completed. Now the way you actually guys get skill points from this, which is the main resource or currency of getting super wheel spins in the game right now, and I'll progress into that as the video goes on, is you guys can see the skill chains at the top. They accumulate extremely quickly as you guys continue to drive fairly fast, and of course I will speed up the content as we go on, as you guys probably don't want to watch an entire lap, but pretty much this essentially drives and does the race for you, and you guys get around 20 skill points per lap using the Pagani Huayra. Although one thing that's recently been changed I do need to disclose, it's no longer completely AFK in the sense that after around 8 minutes of driving automatically, your skill points will stop accumulating. So unfortunately, simply just Forza have changed the way these work ever since the start of the game. I'm sure if you guys have been playing since the release date, when glitches just came out, they're extremely lucrative. You can AFK overnight, 50 lap Goliath, wake up with 10 million credits, hundreds of levels. Now they've actually nerfed them a little bit, so basically after around 8 minutes or every single 8 minutes, just tap a key, whether it's on your controller, whether it's on your keyboard, and then it'll essentially continue you guys, or ensure you guys continue getting these skill points. Otherwise the skill chains will basically just end. It seems to be something that's been implemented to prevent this kind of AFK driving, so it's no longer something you can do while you're at school or overnight. It's more like something you do if you get your controller or you get your console or PC set up. Just go in and do something in the background every 8 minutes, go over, tap a key once. If you get pretty smart with it on PC, you can get a macro that'll basically move you, like click A key or D to essentially move you left or right, and it'll actually be a way to go around it, but for console it's a little bit more difficult. As you guys can see, it doesn't take very long for each lap. It's around 5 minutes if I recall correctly, and as soon as you're done, press the handbrake, it'll instantly go in and end that lap. Now you guys can see there are a few other things in the race that showed you how many skill points you got. 20 skill points in one lap, extremely profitable. Now we're talking about how to convert these skill points straight into super wheel spins and credits. So first thing you guys want to be going ahead and doing is going to the auction house. Now of course there are a few different ways you can convert these skill points into super wheel spins and credits. I'll be going and showing you the best 3 methods to do so, and they're all through the auction house, or at least through one car in particular. Now of course the one car through the auction house I recommend is the Ford Puma Forza Edition. There's also a car through the auction house, the auto show, sorry, that I'll show in a second. The Ford Puma Forza Edition is very good for this, as they're fairly easy to get. Of course the prices on the auction house are actually a lot higher than what you can realistically get them for. You can bid on these, and quite often you'll find you'll successfully be able to buy the cars for around 100,000 credits. 100,000 each, or if you want to buy them out for the sake of time, 200,000 credits. And of course, one thing to keep in mind is that if you purchase a car and the seller has already used the perks, you won't be able to use them again. So make sure you're looking for cars with these steps. 1. Make sure you're looking for a default painter, as in stock paint, stock tune. The less it looks like a car has been used, the higher likelihood the perks have not been interacted with or used. So stock painter, stock tuner. Number 2, stock level. You want it to have the S1 900. No upgrades, no changes to suspension, and the last thing you want to look out for is no repeated sellers. There was one up there a little bit above. He was selling up a bunch at once. It indicates that they're doing this in bulk. They're buying a bunch, they're using the perks, they're relisting them, like this guy here. Look out for duplicate sellers. You want to avoid them at all costs. Once you find a good seller, it looks like it's, it's a complete stock car, it's not a repeated seller, that would definitely be worth buying. And once you guys buy one, I'll go in and show you guys the perks you can use. Realistically, around 8 out of 10 times you'll find the perks haven't been used, so occasionally it's simply what's involved with this guy, as the perks will have been used here and there, but there's nothing you can do about that. It's just how it goes. But overall, it's still a very profitable method, and the thing that makes the Ford Puma so effective for this is that not only do you use the skill points to get one wheel spin, you also get a normal super wheel spin and credits that'll almost completely recover the price of actually purchasing the vehicle. As you guys can see, it's not very skill points expensive either. I've used 9 so far. This will make it 14, and the credit perk will make it 19. You get 75k credits, a super, and a normal wheel spin. Now one car you also guys can use in the car collection, go ahead and head to Jeep. This is one that is quite expensive. This is something I'd recommend doing if you guys have a huge amount of skill points and you're really just trying to go ahead and get some super wheel spins and you don't want to spend credits. So if you've been farming these, you have hundreds and hundreds, if not up to 1,000 skill points, and you're just like, whatever, I may as well just go and convert these to super wheel spins, but you don't have many credits. This is a very good alternative because you guys can do this 100% of the time. It'll work. It's not like the auction house where sometimes you'll have the off chance where it won't. This car, you got upgrades and tuning, car mastery perks. You guys can see I got 1 million skill points on these modded accounts. You already know how it is. You guys can spend around 60 skill points to unlock this new car. And when you guys go in and check out this new car, I'll go in and show you this D-Birdie, or however you pronounce it. It actually has a super wheel spins perk, which you guys can go in and activate. It's fairly cheap to unlock too. So this is one way I do also recommend you guys use, as it's very cost effective. The one disadvantage about the Ford Puma method I showed before is that you can only use it if you have the VIP, or you have like a premium edition of Forza, as it's an exclusive car, which is a little bit unfortunate. However, it's definitely still the most profitable to use in general, so I figured I'd go in and show you guys. Here's a super wheel spin, boom, that's another way to do it. And the third way to go in and do in this video, which I'll be showing, is through another car similar to the Ford Puma, which is the Nissan Fairlady Z Forza Edition. I'll go in and show that to you guys now. The same principles apply when on the auction house. Look out for the duplicate sellers. You want one that's tuner and painter completely stock, and does not look like it's actually been affected with at all. You guys can see Shockwave had 2 up, avoid that. We'll look for one that's completely stock like these 2 here. These would definitely be good purchases. You could probably bid on them. Bidding is a little bit more intensive, as you need to be there to try and buy them at the very end of the auction. If you want to buy them out, that's definitely a valid option too. This Ricardo guy sold up a bunch of them. Definitely a duplicate seller you want to look out for, like I said before. But once you guys purchase one of these, I'll show you go on and show you the perks. It's actually around 6 skill points for 1 super wheel spin. 6 skill points for 1 super wheel spin. Definitely very cost effective. That's really going to wrap it up for this video. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to go and drop a like and sub. Greatly helps to the channel. And if you guys are interested in any Forza modded accounts, credit packs, personal account mods, you guys know where to go. MitchCactus.co. Link in the description, pinned comment. Of course, guys, less than 12-hour delivery, insane. Almost 3,000 reviews on our official Trustpilot page. That's going to wrap it up. Thank you all so much for watching.